Hey kids,
Hey Dad!
what do you want to do today?
We don't know!
Want to go to the movies?
No!
Want to go to the water park?
No!
Want to go play disc golf?
Yeah! Let's go play disc golf!
And now we're good.
All right. Okay, everybody. Welcome
Check.
back to RC Disc Golf Podcast. It has been a while.
It's been a long while.
I miss you.
We don't have our TV on.
Thanks, Josh.
Wait, what?
Said I miss you.
Oh, miss you too, buddy. Sorry, just got a little sidetracked, which is normal for me.
Yeah, no, I don't have the TV on. I don't have the sign up. Also because I only got 2 cameras running, so it's not going to even be in view
Oh,
when I
okay.
put this together, so I didn't bother messing with it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Once we get everything else situated again, we get back into another routine of this every week.
Yeah.
We'll get back to normal.
Right now, it's kind of hit and miss, spotty here and there when we can.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll be all right. I got time off, so we can utilize that if we have to. If we can't do it on a weekend, I can easily take a day
Yeah.
during the week and we can do it then. But as of right now, getting out hasn't seemed to be a problem either. I've been out the last couple of weeks playing.
Nice.
Just Pinewoods though. I'll go like 1 o'clock. I'll leave here. I don't work till 3, so I'll just run to Pinewoods, do a quick round, then go to work.
Nice.
And yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I drove past Pinewoods. It doesn't seem packed anymore.
No, it's not. It hasn't been packed like it's like it has been in the past, but it's still just as good. I mean,
Yeah.
you're playing 12 holes, so I think we talked about this. I know I posted it up on the page before. It was old hole 6, that's now hole 1, and then you end at what used to be 17.
Yeah.
So it's same layout. It's just you're not in that back part of the woods anymore.
Yeah.
So
it is what it is.
I do miss it. I do miss that back part, but it's okay. Those were tight technical shots that I like to work on.
Yeah.
Still got some.
Those were easy. Just forehand standstill flicks right there.
Sometimes I can get them easy, but then anytime I tried like a different disc or something new, it proposed a new challenge. The old hole 2, that was just that straight tunnel shot. I could never get down there.
Oh, that one's easy.
I did it like maybe twice with a putter, but that was it. I can't get one to like just go perfectly straight.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. It's gone now. I don't have to play that hole no more. Focus on other tunnel shots that are just as bad.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Royalton.
Yeah. Which, wasn't there one today at Royalton?
Yeah, there was a double. It was like a doubles tournament for like not benefit. What's the word?
Oh, it was the
for BFDO coming up.
Okay, the BFDO fundraiser event.
Yes, that's what it's fundraiser. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to sign up for that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I am signed up for the BFDO, so I'm going to do that this year for the first time.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Nice.
Yeah. You want to talk about this weekend?
I suppose.
I don't really want to, but because it hurts me, but it's okay. So this weekend we played round 3 of the WNY Points Series at Como Park, and it was a doozy. Would we reach up to like 40-mile-an-hour winds at some point?
40-mile-an-hour winds, and then we went from no rain to a sprinkle to a downpour multiple times throughout that round.
Yeah, it was just on and off.
Multiple.
That was the most annoying part about it.
Yeah.
On and off raining, because I would put my umbrella away, and then we play like 1 or 2 holes, and then it would start raining again.
And it wouldn't be just an easy like little sprinkle to a downpour. It'd just be like no rain to all of a sudden just a complete downpour.
Yeah. Yep. What hole did it start with you?
Hole 1.
Oh, wow.
The whole round it was like that.
Okay. Well, yeah, you started at 1. I started at 140.
Yeah.
So it wasn't raining when I got there. By the time we got to hole 3, drenched.
Yeah.
We got drenched, and then that kept going till we got to about hole 7 or 8. I think is when it started trickling down to just a sprinkle.
Yeah, my card, we kept going. Like, we'd have 3 holes of just complete downpour, a hole of nothing, then back to downpour, then maybe 2 or 3 holes of nothing, then downpour again. So it was an aggravating weather day.
All right. Yeah, it definitely affected me for sure. But
It actually didn't affect me as much as I thought it
yeah,
would.
you did really good.
I'm starting to get the hang of throwing in the rain.
In bad weather play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been our whole tournament season this year so far.
Pretty much.
High winds and just crap weather. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we want to continue doing the Battle of the Belt as well, you took it on me by a long shot on this one. So that's two more red stars for you up there, buddy boy.
Woohoo!
Good job. I finished 13 over par at Como. One of my worst ones at Como in a while. So, like I said, I've been going to Pine Woods the last couple of weeks. This is where I think the factor in why my play was so bad this weekend. This last week, I did nothing but forehands at Pine Woods because I just wanted to dial them in. I'm picking a line, and I just wanted to get a forehand out there and hit it without having to roll my wrist, without shanking shots, throwing them in the dirt, whatever.
Yeah.
Just picking a line and executing the shot, which has been going pretty well. But I think doing it for a whole week straight every day, I overdid it. Now when I throw forehand, sheer pain going down my tricep into my elbow. So I think I overextended or something.
Or you messed up your natural throwing
I'm
mechanic.
just sore. Could just be sore too, because I've been working out too, doing push-ups and shit. So I could have just been sore, and then just whipping my forehand over and over again for 7 days straight might have did something there. So I think I just tweaked it up a bit. So I'm gonna take this week off, actually off total of playing.
Yeah.
This weekend I'm probably gonna go because I'm going to my cabin on the weekend. So I'll be by the Griffin, so I might just play around at the Griffin, but it's not that big of a place, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
But I think a week off is definitely what I need to do to rest it. But I think that's what had a big effect with my play this weekend at Como. It just definitely wasn't throwing as far as I normally do, and I wasn't executing very well either because it just hurt. That on top of the weather.
Yeah, when you throw forehands, you got to put yourself on a pitch count. And that was something that, my brother-in-law, who coaches baseball, talked to me about going from this off-season was constantly having myself on a weekly pitch count. Because he told me throwing forehand looks and seems as similar as a pitcher for baseball. And he goes, a pitcher for baseball will throw about 80 throws and then have 4 or 5 days off. He goes, you need to start limiting, if you're going to make this long term, you need to start limiting how many throws you do full power on your shoulder and your elbow. So he always told me, cap yourself out at 100 throws per week, and then that's it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, I definitely did more than that.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's all right. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Don't do that again. But I think the practice paid off because I stopped rolling my wrist.
Well, that's good.
I'm actually executing my lines.
Yeah.
So that's great. I think that's a helpful thing. Plus, my putting, it's kind of annoying, actually. So
we'll get into my putting through the round.
I've been, since I wasn't throwing as far and I'm not, whatever, being sore, I'm landing whatever circle 2 is or something like that. I'm 40, 45 feet.
Yeah.
Something like that in those ranges. Maybe even 50 at some points. I'm hitting the basket every time for a birdie putt. I'm hitting the band. I'm hitting the cage. Sometimes I hit the pin. That's okay. It's a good layup. I cannot connect it into the chains.
Yeah.
But I'm hitting the basket literally every time. And I did that quite a few times this weekend at Como Park. I had one hole 17.
Well, let's go through our rounds. As we go through, we can talk about the putting.
All right.
You can go first, and then I'll go through. And then I'll let you describe the holes, because you do an amazing job of that, and I don't.
Thanks. All right. Yeah, I'll talk about my putting then, not 17, because that was outrageous. Okay, hole 1, Como Park, 630 feet, par 4. Again, this one is just always in my head. I don't know why I have such a difficult time on this one. But I threw a forehand out there just too low, so it never faded left and ended up in the middle of the fairway. It kind of just went towards the ground, towards the pine trees. Still not a bad
not a bad spot.
position to be in. Then my second shot, I tried to put a little more hyzer on it to curve around the pine trees to head up towards the pin. That didn't happen. I released it too flat. It went straight OB across the road. So, second shot OB on hole 1. Third shot was actually executed pretty well. A little too much sauce on it, though. Had a big skip towards the right side of the pin. But you know the trees with the bushes that are right there?
Yeah.
Like by the pin? I'm just on the opposite side of those bushes. So still not that bad of a position.
Yeah.
Looking, that would have been for par on that one there. So now I'm putting for bogey, and this is where it is, dude. I hit the basket. Doesn't go in, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hit the cage or the...
I don't remember if it was the cage or the band. I think it was the band.
Okay.
But it just didn't go in.
Yeah.
So I'm just that one little step outside. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe just not enough force, or we're just not lining it up correctly. But
yeah.
So double bogey on hole 1 for me. Hole 2, also a par 4, 481 feet. It plays across that little creek there. Again, forehand is usually what I do on this one. So it did get past that first line of trees.
After you finish talking about this, I have a question for you about this one.
Okay. I got past that first line of trees right there off the tee, but again, didn't fade left like I wanted it to be in the middle of the fairway. It just went straight, so I'm kind of on the right side, a little further away than I wanted. Second shot, again, didn't hyzer like I wanted it to either. Threw it too flat, and it just went straight down the hill. So I'm on the bottom end of the hill.
Not a bad spot.
No, it's not a bad spot. And then third shot, I just forehanded a mid-range up there. Again, I'm probably about 40 feet to the pin, and I just missed the putt again.
Huh.
So I take a bogey on hole 2.
So that final pine tree before you, like right by the creek, and you go up towards the pin, did you happen to look up?
No.
Because my desk was up there. I'll explain to that one when we get to my round. But
I lost a disc this round too.
Yeah, it's probably permanently part of the tree at this point. So
Yes.
we'll get into that one.
Was that your second shot?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh.
I was saying, if that was your first shot, that's huge.
No, that was my second, and I had to forfeit a bird. So.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right. Hole 3, 523-foot par 4. Excuse me. I had a good shot on this one. My drive was executed almost perfectly because now I'm backhanding. My forehand drives are done for the meantime. But that cluster of trees right on the other side of the ditch there,
Yeah.
I'm right behind it.
That's kind of where you want to be.
Pinched off.
Oh.
I can't. I'm literally buttoned up against that tree there.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any opening shot for me to throw another backhand, so I was forced to do a flex forehand, straddling around the tree. So I took that really flippy disc that I have, the Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tried to just get something up there, just float it up there, which it worked out pretty well. But for like a second shot to get close as possible, nowhere near what I would have liked. So third shot up towards the pin. I threw my putter up there, ended up putting too much hyzer on this one, so it goes into the right in the woods there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I still got a pretty good look for par. Again, just don't connect with the basket like I want. So that's another bogey on hole 3. Hole 4, 250-foot par 3 with the Mando tree. You got to bend all the way around.
This one should be a left-handed paradise.
Yeah, I used the Frio on this one, so I went with the 7-speed instead of my mid-range 5-speeds. I wanted to try to get a little bit more distance on it, which it did work out pretty well. I was probably about 60 feet to the pin. This one, I did give it a little go. I hit the pin underneath the basket.
It's not bad.
So it was a pretty good tap-in par for this one. I'll take that. That's great. So as of right now, though, I'm not feeling too bad because, I mean, sure, double bogey, bogey, bogey on first 3 holes, not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Should be able to come back from that.
Especially the next couple
Especially
holes.
since it's downpouring at this time.
Yeah.
Hole 5, one of the shortest holes, 227-foot par 3. I shanked this one. I hit an early tree on the left side. I tried to just flex a forehand down there, something real light, just to get it to go. So I hit a tree on the left side there, and it just kicked left right away.
Ooh.
So second shot, now I'm throwing again up. Just a hyzer for me. Wasn't that bad. And then third shot, going for a par, I just missed the putt. So, and then I had to tap in for a bogey on this one too. Hole 6, 269-foot par 3. This one I played pretty well. Again, this is a good lefty backhand shot.
Yeah.
So I threw something up there. I'm probably about 35 feet from the pin. Just didn't make the putt for a birdie. Tap in par. Easy.
Nice.
7. Great job on 7 for me here. Because it says 375-foot par 3. It's got that huge dog leg to the right there. It's very difficult to get into that unless you got like a killer drive. I'm not making it in that gap. But I threw it straight up there. I'm looking at the gap.
Yeah.
So good placement for me right there. Just take my mid-range. I throw it nice and low into the gap, and I have a nice skip right to the pin. I'm probably about 15 feet to the pin for a nice easy par.
Nice.
So I played 7, I think, in my book perfectly. So that's about the best I can do there. Hole 8, still think it should be a par 4, but it's not. It's a par 3 at 448 feet. So difficult. So, especially now that it's getting overgrown.
Yeah.
I did not make it through the gap. So I made it across the creek, but I'm left. So I hit those trees, and I'm in the brush.
Oh, boy.
Did not make it in there. Second shot. Where did that go? I think I had a good second shot. No, I didn't. It was down towards the ground. It just threw it too low. It would have been a good shot. I just threw it too low. So I'm by like the big tree that's on the right side before you get to the hill at the pin.
Yeah.
Then third shot, that one was good. I skipped up that hill a little bit, so I'm like 10 feet from the pin now for a bogey.
Nice.
So I cleaned it up okay. It's a difficult hole. I really do think it should be a par 4. It's not my call to make though. But
I've been getting there on par quite a few times now. It's actually, if you get the drive good, it's pretty easy to get there.
Even if I had a good drive, because you've seen where I've landed when I have a good drive.
Yeah.
I'm still not making it to the pin for an easy par. I'm still like either at the bottom of the hill somewhere. I'm still looking at a 45, 50-foot putt for par, and to me that's not easy.
Yeah. So on that one how like, when you go across the creek, you have that. There's the gap, and then there's that one tree to the left.
Yeah, the one that winds off.
And then the one that's a little bit further to the right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm to the point now I'm laying beyond the one to the right.
Oh, nice.
So it is actually a pretty easy par once you get a good drive.
Yeah,
but,
once you can drive 400 feet, it's an easy par.
Yeah, but
It's a 448-foot hole.
Yeah, so so
That's all right.
Anyways,
I think should be a par 4.
That
is my opinion.
Just like the long one by the cannon on the backside, I think should be a par 4. That's my
hole 12.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion. That one should definitely be a par 4. But anyways, continue on.
Okay, hole 9, 292, par 3. I think this one should be a double mandatory all the time as well, too.
Oh, I would have missed it.
Oh, I made it. But
yeah.
That's just the way that I throw. I had a great drive. By the time it got out there, though, like the wind was just swirling. It just knocked my disc down. So it never had time to hyzer to the right. And so it just went straight and then dropped to the ground from the wind pushing it. But I'm still 50 feet, 45 feet maybe to the pin. So I give it a run. I don't get there. But I made it for an easy 3 on hole 9. So that was fun for me. Hole 10, 524-foot par 4. We played it across the water on this one. I had a good drive. I'm up in the middle. Like, the way that I play this one, because the short pin is still always there,
Yep.
I throw for that. That's how I play for the long pin. I throw towards the short pin, because if you get up there, you're in a prime spot to just throw right over the water without having to lay up to the water. So that's what I did. Then my second shot, I took the Frio, one of my favorite fairway drivers. Hit a branch on that first tree on the side, just ever so slightly to slow it down, and then it didn't make it across the water. It just hit the bank, of the water.
Did you get your disc back?
Nope, couldn't find it. Couldn't see it in the water. The way that the sun was like reflecting off of it and how murky it was from all the rain, could not see it. I went back later on because I thought I saw like a shadow of something in there. So I went back after the round to look, and I just couldn't find it.
Dang.
So the Frio is gone. Hole 10.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody finds it. That's mine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm gonna buy some more. I'm gonna buy another one. I might just buy two.
Yeah.
I love that disc. I throw it so well. So yeah, I had to do a third shot over the water. I actually end up in the tree at the bottom of the hill at the pin.
Mm-hmm.
End up in there, which gives me an awkward footing, so I'm just pitching up for what is it? Yeah, double bogey. So, about what you're gonna do going OB on these holes, it makes it very difficult. But I felt like I could have saved par.
Yeah.
Either way, I just had that other shot. If I didn't land in, because the tree and it's got like a bunch of bushes around it. If I didn't land in there, if I landed in a good spot, I probably could have saved par. So I'm getting there. I think I'm getting better. Hole 11, 452 foot par 3. I had a good drive on this one. Just pushed it out there. It faded to the right, so I'm by the path. Decent shot up there. Second shot, I just take my mid-range, fly it up there. It has a pretty big skip though, but I'm still only about 30 feet. I just didn't push the mid-range out wide enough. The angle of hyzer that I had on it, I just didn't go wide enough. But it made it for an easy par, so I took par on hole 11. Hole 12, 414 foot par 3. I took a double bogey on this one too. I had a great drive. Second shot, I did the same thing as on 11. So I just took a wide hyzer shot with the mid-range. Had a big skip, but I didn't push it deep enough that I thought I was.
Yeah.
So it was too short to the pin, so it just skipped way past the pin to the right, which gave me an awkward stance, I think, by one of the telephone wires coming down, the ground wire.
Yeah.
I'm like behind that thing.
Ooh.
So I'm straddling out behind that. Missed the putt. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I just 3-putted on this thing. I just missed it too far off. I think I airballed this one, to be honest with you. And then I just took a double bogey on 12, which after having what I think is one of the better drives, because you know that tree that's on the left side that's out there in the fairway, the real big one. I was past that.
Nice.
I usually hit that tree.
Yeah.
And I made it past it this time. So I'm like, this is fantastic. One of the better drives I've had on this hole.
Yeah.
And I usually, when I hit that tree, I can still par this hole.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought was going to happen. Just didn't work out for me that day. I think at this point, though, I'm just tired.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, my arm's hurting me. So then we get to 13, the other short one, 248 par 3. With the wind that was going on here, I did throw a fairway driver instead of the mid-range.
Yeah.
Still didn't make it to the pin.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know. It could have just been me. Maybe I just threw it too low or just not hard enough because of my arm. But this was just a layup for an easy par. So that was that one. Hole 14, 242 foot par 3, back over the water again. I had a great drive on this one. I took my nemesis out there. I kind of flexed it. Came down. I was probably about 35 foot to the pin for a birdie look.
Nice.
Completely airballed it, past it. So I went, if the other tree was there, so I went between the stump and the tree, just missed the basket completely, didn't hit anything.
Oh.
So now it's back on the other side behind the tree a little bit. I go for putting for par. I hit the cage. Has another 30-foot roll away. So I'm putting it back again. Hits the basket again, but this time it just drops. And now I'm tapping in for a double bogey.
Oh.
Yes, that one hurt me.
Yeah.
It was like my first like legit like easy birdie look that I completely just botched.
Yeah.
So that one upset me a little bit. So
Dang.
and we get to hole 5.
Hole 15, you mean?
Yeah, hole 15. I read half of it. Hole 15, 413-foot par 3. My drive just too low. Oh no, did I hit a tree? I either shanked and hit a tree or just went too low. Either way, it sucked. Second shot also sucked. That one I kind of grip locked towards the right a little bit, but luckily it's a little deeper once you get into those bushes and stuff. So it just gets into the bushes and it stays in there. I don't have to go fishing for it in the water. And then I pitch out of there, actually really good. Goes right to the pin, curls up right underneath the basket for a tap-in bogey.
Nice.
But first couple of shots were just real bad. Hole 16, 548-foot par 4. This one played down at the bottom of the peninsula. I love that spot. First shot, not bad. I didn't make it to that tree that's out there. I think I kind of get to that point. I don't remember. I think I do. I think I could push that tree that's in the middle of the fairway out there. I didn't make it there. But I can see the pin though, so I'm looking down at the peninsula. So I do have a decent drive, just not as far as I can push it. I take my putter, actually, my armadillo, and I kind of give it a little bit of an anhyzer and real high. So I just want it to like flop down by there as close as I can possible. I don't want anything to skip. Because that's what happened to my my harpoon. It skipped off the gravel that's down there and went into the water. Yeah. So that's why that harpoon's gone. So I executed this one very, very well. And oh no, this is not my second shot. This is my third shot. Second shot I just threw too low. So from where my drive was, my second shot I threw too low. I didn't get up into the peninsula area. I'm up on top of the hill, kind of like in line with like Blue's tee pad for 17. Yeah. I'm in that spot. Now I'm throwing 3. And that's where I take my putter. I float one up there, does a little anhyzer, a little drop right there next to it. I'm probably about 20 feet to the pin. So that was good. And then it was an easy par from there. Okay. Yeah, back on track. 17, 291. Yeah, 291, par 3. This one I usually throw the Frio on. Frio's gone. It's in the water at hole 10. Can't do that. So I took the Nimitz up there. Again, just too low. So, in the ground, I don't want to say 100 feet. Maybe 80 to the pin still. And I take my putter. You know how I can do that nice anhyzer, big shot with the putter? I do that. Goes through the chains of the basket and then plops right down the ground. Oh. Huge, huge birdie attempt right there. Yeah. And yeah, it just, again, making connection with the basket and can't stick one in there. Yeah. But that would have made my day a lot better. I would have felt happy getting one birdie and a big one like that. Would have been great, but I'll settle for an easy par, I guess. Then hole 18, 305, par 3. It's just on top of the hill and not playing over the water. I usually forehand here, but my forehands were done. Yeah. It was not happening. So I took something more understable. I didn't feel like a lot of wind was happening there. So I tossed one up there, and it had a good flight to it, just not enough height. Yeah. So if I gave it the height, it would have been tracking left towards the basket because it flipped up perfectly and it was just going to keep turning with it. But yeah, again, yeah, just didn't have the height. So I'm at the bottom of like the hill that crosses up there. So I just take the putter, pitch up, and then another tap in par. So some of them I played okay, used my head, kept it clean. Other ones I just don't know what happened. A mix of my bad shots, bad weather. I like to blame other things other than me, but I'm pretty sure it's me. So 13 over par. I mean, the rating for the round was 835. It's not ideal. It's under my rating for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's been, how long since I've actually competed, though? What was the last one? A month ago?
I think so.
Yeah. And then it's just, I don't know. It's okay. I'm not going to try to make a bunch of excuses about it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I know some people, I was shocked to see the scores that some people were getting that I wasn't going to think did very well. Alicia did phenomenal.
Yeah.
6 under, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she killed it out there.
Yeah.
That's great for the way that the weather was.
I think women play from reds.
I think they did too because at hole 8 it was like under 300 feet. It was like 2 something for hole 8. I was like, okay, yeah, they're definitely playing reds.
Yeah.
But either way, though, the way that the weather was, plus those red tee pads are terrible.
Yeah.
So there's like grass growing up through them.
On some of them, yeah.
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 So, great job.
Yeah.
So, you did fantastic.
Yeah. I could have done better, but,
it was a good score for
the weather,
especially for the weather.
Yeah.
That's a good score, I think, on a normal day, even.
No, I've gotten to the point where I'm like 1 over or even now during practice rounds. So.
I thought you sent it to me. Guess not.
I can send it to you right now if you want. There you go. Send it to you.
What were you, 4 over?
4 over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good day for me at Como Park because Como Park just has it out for me.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
So
maybe I got to play it more often. I keep thinking that. I know I've said that before.
Yeah.
Maybe I just got to play the park more often. I've been wanting to get out for Sunday fun days, and didn't happen. The one day I was gonna go, and I looked outside and it was like bad weather. I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I don't have to play a league, so I'm just, if I could choose not to play in bad weather, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, that's what I am too.
Yeah.
So for my day, hole 1, it was downpouring, like when we went to go tee off. So, and of course I was first on box. It's like, oh goody. So I was
nice.
first to tee off. Yeah. Went to go throw my drive, and my disc slipped out of my hand before I even got to release it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it kind of smacked off the first available at like maybe 25% power because my arm did a full snap and there was no disc. Like the disc was already gone.
Oh god.
So I was like, oh, okay. So then I walked over to first available after everyone else teed off, and I was like, all right, so just gonna have to take my medicine, aim for a bogey on this one because I don't need to try and do something crazy to par save, especially in this weather.
Mm-hmm.
So I just basically pitched all the way up and then tapped out for a bogey. So I was like, all right, it is what it is.
Yep. First hole of the day, I try not to put too much mind into.
Yeah.
It's nothing's gonna change.
Yeah, it was just one of those moments when that happened. Like I watched my arm go forward and like it was coming forward. It's like there's no disc.
Limp noodle.
Where did it go? It was just gone. Hole 2, crushed the backhand. Like I crushed it so far that I was almost in the brush to the along the far
it went
part.
straight out there.
Yeah,
huh?
it just went. It kept going. So that was pretty cool. My second shot, I had to give up a bird because I took a felon. And I did a standstill, and I flicked it, put on a high hyzer, and as it was crashing back in, it would have landed right next to the pin. It was a tombstone at the angle it was, but it got stuck in that pine tree, and it literally is like part of the tree now.
That's awesome.
It's like wedged into the branch. So it's like, oh, okay. So then, obviously, you have to play from underneath it. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, all right, I guess I got to pitch up now and a tap out for a par instead of walking up, which would have been a drop in bird.
Yeah.
So I was kind of bummed out about that. I was like, it is what it is. Par's good.
Yep.
Hole 3, this one is always a par for me. Backhand out there like normal. and then just forehand up towards the gap, pitch up, and tap out for a par.
Easy.
Easy for me. Hole 4, sky hyzered verdict. So went out, did the
Made the Mando.
Made the Mando. Looked pretty nice, about 60 feet from the pin. Pitch up, tap out for par.
I'm actually surprised to hear how many right-handed players miss that Mando.
Yeah. Well, a lot of right-hand, backhand players have to do a turnover shot,
Yeah.
which is pretty hard, I guess. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe just to adjust that angle.
yeah. Where you being lefty and me being forehand, it's
Mhm.
kind of an easy hole.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best.
Yeah, because we both throw the same shot. You throw a hyzer backhand, I throw a hyzer forehand.
Yep.
Yeah. So, well, hold on now. Five. I've been toying with this. I found a new gap. So if you stand on the corner of the front box, but right corner, you actually have a gap. Instead of going down the tunnel, you can kick out to the left over the brush. You know that big bush that's on there.
Mhm.
If you aim a disc out over that, like over Sable, it'll come back down towards the pin.
Really?
Yeah. I just discovered this recently.
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah. Of course, I try and do that when my disc is wet. Early release, so it just goes down the tunnel in a high hyzer, and then almost kicks out towards, like bounces almost to the creek. So I'm like, oh, whatever.
Oh,
So
wow.
I had to pitch up and then tap out for a par. So I was like, it
all right.
is what it is.
That's pretty awesome though.
Yeah.
Finding new gaps.
Hole 6. This one is typical. Take the glory, flex it, ace run it, graze the chains. So
you?
yes.
Oh wow.
Just grazed the chains, and then when it came down, it took a skip and then a little bit of a roll.
Mhm.
So about a 25-footer, had it, and then putted out for a bird.
Nice.
So I was pumped up about that. I was like, oh, finally a long putt instead of just a dropping like I've had all morning so far. It's like, I mean, all afternoon because it was 1 o'clock. But
yeah.
so I was like, oh, sweet, maybe my putt is fixed, and I'm just getting all excited about that. Hole 7 comes up. I overthrow my landing spot, so I normally like to land by the first tree in that cluster in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I threw it way past all those trees.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so now it's an awkward look towards the pin. Like I'm looking down at the gap, but it's such an awkward spot because I've never been up there before.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, so I know Chris Higgins always lands up there, and he made it look easy all the time. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll just kind of do what Chris does. I attempted it. I did a flick up with the anvil. It got me about 25 feet from the pin. So I'm like, oh, sweet, another 25-footer. Got this. I go to putt it, completely whiff on it.
Oh, Jesus.
No idea what happened. Had a malfunction or something. Completely whiffed on it. Hit the cage and just drops. And I tap out for bogey.
Oh.
I was bummed out. I was like, gosh, dang it.
Yep.
Hole 8. So this one, I crush my drive like I've been doing. I take the verdict, and I throw a little bit of power on it because I'm aiming to hit into the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it normally hits, it normally just skips up just a little bit and lands underneath the pin.
Okay.
I released it. It's going right towards the hill, and of course a gust of wind picks up the disc and pushes it up above the hill, where it's just like it skims like the top of the hill, but not enough to slow it down. So then it's like a 30-footer up at the hill.
Oh damn.
So I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna run this. I got to. Got no choice. I have to run this to get par.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then part of me was like, maybe I should just lay up, take the bogey. I'm like, nah, I'm running this. So I had a nice solid putt, looked good, hit the chains, spit out the back, rolled all the way down the hill.
Damn it.
I was like, oh gosh, dang it. So then I had to, so I putted up towards it, hit the cage, dropped, tapped out for a double bogey. I was like, of course, my luck.
That's rough.
Yeah. Hole 9 comes. It's back to downpouring again. So it's like, oh, goody.
It's probably about the time I showed up.
Yeah. So I was last on box. Everyone's shot looked good. So I, of course, me being not kind of not the smartest in range sometimes, I was holding my disc the whole time instead of keeping it in my bag because I was like anxious because I'm like, oh, this one's normally my bird hole because you know how I normally do 9.
Yeah, you overthrow this hole.
Yeah, overthrow it, and then most of the time I skip underneath the basket. So I'm amped up. I'm ready for this. I throw, and it just slides out of my hand before I can get to the release point. It's going right to the tree, and somehow just barely misses it, skims off the side of it, and goes up and lands about 45 feet short of the pin.
You got lucky.
I was like, oh, okay. So then I ran it, came short, because that's way out my
Yeah.
score range.
That's what we got to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then tap out for par. So I was like, all right, that's fine. No biggie. Par's good, especially after a shank drive like I had. So that's good. Hole 10, I crushed this drive. I got close to the water. Got pretty close, but I'm like just short of that tree that overhangs down by the pin.
Okay.
The short pin.
Yep.
So I'm down there. I throw the glory. I almost have an eagle.
Oh, damn.
I hit the basket, and then it rolled like 25 feet. So I was like, oh my God. Like I was so amped up. I literally just a couple inches higher, and it would have went right in for an eagle.
You know, I probably would have had a better round if I played with you. It seems very exciting.
Yeah.
I do better when it's an exciting round.
Yeah. Plus, me and Aaron were going back and forth the whole round. We were neck to neck the whole time. It was great. Like, we were just locked in a battle the whole time.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be with you guys next round.
Yeah. So then I get over there, just a straddle putt for the bird. So I was like, sweet.
Nice. Very nice.
Hole 11, I crush a backhand, completely smash it. Like, that brush that's always down by those trees.
Like in the middle?
Yeah, I'm beyond that.
That's good.
So I'm probably about, I would say, 60 feet, maybe 50 feet short of the pin.
Okay.
So I took the anvil and I sent it kind of low power, and kind of kept it low, seeing if I could skip up towards the pin. And it would hit the ground where it would skip and just stopped because of mud.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, forgot about that.
That's rain play for you.
Yeah. So I was probably about 30 feet from the pin. I went for it, hit cage, dropped. So tap out for a bogey.
Yep. At least we're connecting.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's the plus, I think.
Yeah. Now hole 12, I crush a drive, and I hit the power lines.
Oh, yeah, that's out there.
Yeah. It was like it was going to go in between where they separate, and then like it got caught in the wind, so it was still tracking. It smacked off those power lines. Instead of dropping, it kind of kicked back a little bit. Like it was like, holy frick! Like if that might miss the power lines, I might have gotten like close to all those trees protecting it. So, and an awkward approach shot. I tried flicking the anvil up to get around one of the guardian trees to get into position. I nicked with the guardian tree, kicked me out to the left and up, and it came down. So I had like a 45-foot putt. I ran it, missed it. Like it was short, but then tap out for a bogey.
All right.
So I was kind of excited. Like I took a positive from that because that was like the furthest drive I've ever had in this hole, and so I was like stoked about
Especially
that.
with the wind that was out there.
Yeah.
That day.
So I was pretty excited about that. Now hole 13, I took the glory, flexed it out there, landed about 30 feet short of the pin, so I was in a good spot looking at another bird. I go to putt, hit the cage, drop, tap out for par. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, 14. 14, I got a nice backhand. I sent it out on a hyzer flipped up, was riding out there pretty good, started coming back in, and then it hit in between the two trees. It took an awkward hit, and it rolled, and then got up on its side and rolled behind the tree.
Oh, fun.
So I was like, dang it. Had to get over there. I had no shot, no look at the pin, because that tree's just too big.
Yep.
So then I had to kind of straddle out awkward and just kind of pitch it up towards the pin, and then tap out for par. So I was like, all right, that's cool. 15 is my typical, just forehand it out there, and then just flick up and tap out for a par. Yeah. Which is easy.
Yeah, 15 seems longer than it looks too.
It's like 400 feet.
Yeah, it's 413.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know
standing
why it seems so further when you're standing there.
Standing on the tee pad, it seems short. And then after your drive, and you don't see it go as far as you expect, you're kind of like, that must be out there a lot further.
No, it seems further than me.
Yeah, it seems so short. It seems like it's so attackable. Then when your drive maybe goes halfway down the fairway, you're kind of like, Wait, what?
Yeah, we're looking at this thing from different sides of the glass there because it looks further than
Yeah.
what it is to me.
I don't know. It just seems so attackable, and then you just throw it, and I was like, oh. Plus, like for the forehand, you gotta keep it so low because that opening has such a low branch.
Maybe that's what's throwing me off is that ceiling.
Yeah.
That could be it.
Because I know my forehands don't get full flight because I have to keep them so low.
Same.
And then I don't have enough confidence in my backhand to go out over the pathway like everybody else does. So.
Oh. No, you just got to throw more hyzer.
Yeah. So.
Well, the path was it OB?
No.
Yeah, so you could have tried it.
Yeah, I could have, but I probably would have hit first available, which then would put me in an awkward spot.
Yeah.
Where I could just take the forehand, get halfway down the fairway, and then it flick up for a par.
Well, you got to play your game that you know.
Yep.
That's for sure. You do these different lines on practice days.
Yep.
So next time we go to Como, we'll try all these weird things that we found.
Yeah. 16, when it's in the long, I play it. I'll do forehand, get it to land in between the blue and the white tees for 17. Then I'll just flick something up to get towards like halfway down where the where you start coming down to the peninsula, and then I'll just pitch up and tab out for par.
Safe play.
Yeah, easy. Do it every time. Works good.
That's good. Yeah.
17, I completely messed the shot up completely. Hit that
tree on
little
the right.
tree in dead center of the fairway. That little tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoked that tree.
Nice.
It was great. Yeah, I was like, oh, well, that's the first time I ever did that one.
Wait till that tree gets bigger.
Oh. Once it does, though, then you don't have to, then you can, like, go underneath it.
Yeah.
Right now, it's an awkward height where I can't, like, I want to forehand that hole because I could easily flex something, but that the branches are too low. They're, like, right in my pathway. So it's like, ugh.
Right.
Yeah. So once it gets up there a little bit, then that forehand will come into play. So, after I hit first available, just flicked up and then tap out for a par. Pretty easy.
Right. Yep.
And then 18 was just my typical backhand. Landed halfway up the hill down there, and it was just a
easy
pitch up and tap out for par.
Easy.
So all in all, 4 over par.
It's great.
It was like, what, 918 rated round?
Yep.
So that's pretty good.
That's great.
And then looking back on it, it's just like my only bogeys were just stupid things that happened.
Missed putts.
Yeah.
Bad drive. Even on your bad drives, you still kept it pretty clean.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's some good shooting.
Yeah.
I definitely knew that my arm was in effect of this, me not throwing as far, because the holes that I normally park, I was not getting close.
Yeah.
So I just knew that it was just not happening for me that day. But I wanted to get out anyways just to get the points. I don't know. Do you know the list of where we're standing in the series yet? I think that was out there, but I don't know.
No, I haven't been keeping track because it's kind of like
I would like to know where I'm at. Obviously, I know I'm not. I would doubt if I'm top 10.
Yeah.
Don't matter. I think you only got to play 3 to qualify for the finals anyway, so we're already there.
I think so.
Yeah.
And if you play all 5, you get a stroke advantage into the final.
I plan on playing all 5. Next one's what, Bond?
Yep.
Yep.
That one's
Bond, and then Ellicott Creek.
Bond is one of my favorite courses. Yep.
That's why I didn't really care too much about playing Como. I even thought to myself, I'm like, I probably could have done without playing yesterday. Yeah. But even with, I guess a lot of people DNF'd out.
I guess, I don't know.
That's what I heard. I didn't look.
I didn't pay attention much.
So it should jump me up with points just for that reason alone.
But pull up the scores from yesterday, like the whole list. I want you to look at something, and then I gotta ask you something about this. So if you go into the PGGA,
yep, I'm going there right now.
Okay.
Just for MA3, just for us.
MA3.
Okay.
Now click on who's in second place.
No, I'm down to tied in 24th. That's me.
Really funny. But click on the guy in second place.
Okay.
Tell me what you see. What's his rating?
920.
How is he in MA3?
Because it's just a Western United Points Series and nobody cares about it.
Because once you hit 900, you have to move up. You can't play MA3 anymore.
Well,
So that's interesting.
that's what we would call a sandbagger. So.
Yeah, 920 rated. That's knocking on the door of MA1.
Well, I mean, and he's only second.
Yeah.
Could have just had a bad day, but I mean, you're always going to get people like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people, they take like these types of events, even though these are sanctioned events. It still is like just like a local tournament type of deal.
Yeah.
In the amateur world, so it's like there's 5 events to build up points to put you into wherever you're standing for the final event, which would be 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And then how they did it last year, you play 1 round, and depending on what your score was with that round, it's like there was a qualifying cap. So you had to score, what was it, like 13? I don't know. I think 13 was like maybe I was wrong.
It was top 10.
Was it top 10?
Yeah.
I was 13.
Or 13. I don't know. It was a top number, and I somehow made it.
Yeah, so did I. I was like at the bottom, though. But
I couldn't even backhand last year, so I was surprised I made it to the second round.
Yeah, I made it in there, too, but
this year,
barely. And I was very happy about that.
Yeah, this year I can backhand, so now I'm getting excited to go back to Royalton and see what I can do.
Well, we'll be there for the BFTO.
Yeah.
So we'll...
And I'm aiming to get out there this week at some point.
Let's go.
So...
I know I said I wasn't going to play this week, but I want to go.
I want to. Yeah, I want to see how much I can actually attack this course now that I can backhand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think here, because I know which holes that I really suck on, like 12, 13. You get in the backwoods there. They're kind of tight.
I can't remember any of them.
I remember a few.
I just know that now I can really throw. And it's like, I really want to see just how much I can actually just full on attack. So like when I go there for practice round, I'm just going full go, seeing what is actually attackable and what I need to lay up on.
See, I tried to do that this week at Pinewoods too. So Monday through Thursday, I did just forehands only, just trying to pick lines, execute them, and really just focus on shaping my shots.
Yeah.
Releasing the disc. Not really focusing on parking everything and making a good score. Then Friday when I went there, I was like, I'm going to play for score today because my arm was hurting. I was like, I'm just going to play my normal shots, backhand, forehand, whatever it is. However, I'm not experimenting anymore. I'm just going to play for good score. I think it was 1 under.
Oh. Wow. That's not good.
My arm.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Huh.
I just couldn't throw. And then, I don't know why I kept pushing myself so hard. I'm sorry, 2 under. But it's been like that for a while. The best score that I've had since they put them back in there was 5.
Yeah.
So, that was just a lot of messing around, though.
Yeah.
I just wasn't really, paying that much of attention to it. I just went there real quick, just threw, and I was having fun.
Yeah.
So I gotta remember to just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Stop taking everything so serious and just have fun out there.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to do in the rain, but
yeah, the rain kind of puts a damper on it, and why am I here?
Yeah, why am I here? Why are we doing this right now?
Yeah.
I think though I had this realization in my head the other day. How close I am with getting these deeper putts. If I can start connecting those, even 30% more of what I'm doing right now will significantly bump me up.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of people in MA3 that are crashing 45-foot putts.
Either that or you just crush your drive so you don't have to worry about long putts.
That's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. I'm not crushing drives like that. So until I can figure that out, which I think putting will come quicker than getting that max distance on
that's
driving.
That's kind of like where I picked up on this idea or like the style of where I'm using my arm to score well.
Mm-hmm.
As after watching Chris do it for so long, that's his main reason. It's because he can park most of these holes like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just because it's not because he's a good like 40, 50-foot putter. No, it's just because he crushes these drives where he gives himself tons of birdie looks, and that's what he like lives off of.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why don't I start doing that? And then this whole off season, I made sure my backhand was up to more than just having a serviceable backhand. Now I can actually score off of the backhand when I need to.
Yeah. No, that makes sense too. I mean, if you can get the drive there and park every hole, that's a great way to play. It's almost one of the safest ways to play.
Yeah.
Because you're not relying on draining a 40-foot or deeper putt.
Yeah.
Which those can get sketchy.
Yeah.
Especially depending on where the basket is. If it's on a hill, if it's by water, if you miss, you're probably going OB.
Yeah.
Which is a lot scarier than just missing a drive.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I just think it'll help me. I think I got definitely easier for me to practice putting than it is to go into a field every week and trying to throw for distance. Just at least until I get into like better shape, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my issues is that I just don't move well. So I definitely know I'm not getting proper form when I throw my shots. Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
But not consistently enough to get that awesome drive out there.
Yeah.
So, but we're working on it. So, I think I lost 8 pounds.
Nice.
I haven't weighed myself today. But last time I weighed myself, I was down like 8 pounds.
Nice.
So, hopefully it's still gone.
Yeah.
It could have been that day I didn't eat. Who knows?
Yeah.
It'll happen. What else do we got here? So, we got the next one. Is it BFDO next?
Yeah, BFDO next. 2 rounds at Royalton and a round at Bond.
I got it on my calendar, actually. I prepared.
So if I'm able to do well at Royalton, I know I can crush it at Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then maybe I'll give Chris a run for his money, hopefully. Or at least keep up with him.
That'd be awesome. I just want to be like...
Because I know once we get to Bond, that's his course. Like
it's like all of our favorites.
Well, he walks out of there in the negs now. Like he just crushes it now. Yeah. So if I can keep pace with him at Royalton, then maybe I can try and keep pace with him at Bond, because I'm right behind him. But if I can't keep pace at Royalton with him, then it's just gonna be I'm gonna have to push so hard at Bond to try and catch him.
I'm hoping I do decent. If I can keep my score. I think, what did I say, like +5 is like my average. If I could stay there or less, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. As long as I'm not like 13 over like I was this weekend, because that's what really bumps me out. Once you start hitting double digits over par.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, I'm done.
I'm tired. Why am I here? I'm putting too much effort in for a bad score.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it is. I go into these rounds with such high expectations of me doing good.
I just shut my brain off. That's
what I need to do.
The last two like me and Chris were talking about this, because like I've been during the season I've been thinking way too much. So last 2 tournaments and the last week league, I just went into the tournament, shut my brain completely off, and just played naturally. Just step up, throw, and it's worked perfect for me. So it's like that's my style. I just got to step up and just go.
I went to Ellicott Creek a couple weeks ago, and I played with a buddy of mine that I haven't played with in a long time. And I didn't even have a scorecard on my phone. I was thinking about doing it, but it's like I didn't even worry about the score at all. And I felt like I played pretty well.
Yeah.
I think maybe 2 or 3 over.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't really keeping score. But I don't remember like making any like bad decisions or any big bogey shots. Maybe 1 or 2 off the back, like hole 8 and 9, and 10 maybe I think too. Other than that, I had some pretty good shots. Even hole 17 there, I kind of shanked that shot at Ellicott Creek, and had another huge, almost throw in. I hit the top of the basket. And so he even said he plays MA1, so he even said he's like, dude, your putts are like dialed in. They're like right there every time. And I was like, I'm just not connecting.
So you want to hear what the winning score has been at ECP for league night?
Oh, what is it?
So week 1 was -2.
Okay.
Week 2 was -4. And then last week was -6.
Damn.
Yeah.
For MA3s?
Yes. So
Damn.
when I'm pumping out like good rounds like -1, they're not even like doing anything with these scores. It's insane.
Oh.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, the difference is with league though, you're not separated, right? Into MA3, MA2?
Here you are.
Are you?
Yep.
I thought you weren't.
Nope. When you sign up, you get put in your division.
Okay.
Yep.
I've never done that league. That's that singles league,
Yeah.
the Thursday night
Thursday night. Yep.
Yeah, I never
because
did
it's
that
sanctioned.
one. Yeah.
So you have to play in your
that one
division.
makes sense. The other ones are doubles.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Wednesday night doubles league, that one is completely random draw. You can be paired with a good player that's been playing for
Yeah.
tons of years.
And Tuesday night
or someone brand new.
Yeah, at Tuesday night league, that's Jeremy's league, and I think it's like a handicap league or something. It's single. Like I don't think there's a division. I don't know.
I'm handicapped. So I like Monday league at Outwater. That one's probably my favorite. To be honest with you, it's A pool and B pool depending on your rating. Obviously, A pool is the more higher rated player. B pool, you're more beginner, and you get paired up that way.
Yeah.
So you both draw a chip out of there. You match up your numbers from A pool and B pool. So it's always a good player or a seasoned player with a maybe seasoned or beginner player.
Yeah.
So it's very even amongst the group.
Nice.
So I do enjoy that. Yeah, I've done the Wednesday night leagues, and I was as a beginner and also paired up with like another beginner, and it's like,
Yeah.
dude, why? Like I paid money for this.
Yeah.
Like that's the only part that sucks. But other than that, it's fun.
Yeah.
I love doing leagues. I just wish I could do them during the week.
Yeah.
No. Oh well. Like I said, maybe Sunday Fun Day again. We'll see. I don't know how many other are left.
All season I go.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
I got to beat the hell out of Como.
Yeah. Did you check out the new Spartan location?
I haven't gone there yet. I want to go look
It's
at
right
their
down the street now.
I know. I want to go. I want to check out their Lost and Found. Maybe I'll go this week.
Yeah, it's the basement of that one church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought it was a weird position to be in, but
Yeah. It is what it is, but
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I saw the sign out there the other day.
Got tons of floor space now.
That's great.
Yeah.
What are they going to do for putting league?
It's going to be a sweet setup now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they got tons of room now to play with.
All right.
So, yeah.
I've never done those either.
Yeah, and I've done it once. We know how to show with putting, so of course I've never scored well, so I was just like, eh.
Well, that's what I thought, like, the putting league would be kind of beneficial, you know? But, again, though, you're indoors putting.
Yeah.
So you're not really getting the elements of it. But they do make it difficult.
They do add fans sometime for added win.
Okay, and they throw stuff in the way. They got marksman's baskets and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah. Definitely make it difficult for sure.
Yeah. So.
Maybe one day I'll figure that out too.
Yeah.
I'll try to do a putting league once or twice, just for funsies.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. I got nothing else to say.
Me neither.
Guys, thanks for watching this one. Glad to be back. Hopefully we can keep going every week like we have been doing. I just had some time off with the new baby being born. Again, like, share, subscribe. Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, all that fun stuff. We're still creeping up to the 100th subscriber for this giveaway for our for the Brave here. Custom dyed by Forbin Dye Works and Collectibles, which he was running the sign-ups at Como.
Was he?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Should have known. Should have told me that. Then I would have.
I didn't see you.
Well, you should have texted me or something. I didn't know that.
So it was great. It was nice seeing him again. He asked if we still had the disc. I was like, "Yep, we're still looking to give it away. We got to get these people to subscribe." So I got plans. So hopefully we can get some new content out there.
Yeah.
We'll be working on that real soon. So guys, thanks for tuning in and watching. And again, we will see you out there.
keep it in fairway.
Peace out.